And when they get good nutrition, that will help to boost their immune system. And then the drugs that they are taking, they can recover well.
Hello and welcome back to PS.BeBoldAndFierce podcast. And today's in the series of social entrepreneurship, we have a very special guest from Ghana, and his name is Adongo Mezob. And today we are going to discuss about organic farming and women's health issues. So before we dive deep into the subject, let's understand what Adongo life has been. So how are you today?
I'm fine, Pooja. How are you too?
I'm good, and I'm sorry that I pronounce your name multiple times wrong. It's very hard for me. So that's why there's
Yeah.
a lot of error into that.
Oh, no problem. That is normal. Yes, my
Thank
name
you
is
so much.
Mezob. My name is Mezob Adongo, and I am from Ghana, precisely the Upper East region of Ghana. Yes, growing up, I was born at a rural area, and I grew and started my education at a rural area called Zongoyiri in the Upper East region of Ghana. Growing up as a young child, my mom was an indigenous vegetable producer. And in growing up, we learned how to produce indigenous vegetables along with her in our home backyard gardens. So at the university, I had the opportunity to pursue horticulture. And I took that chance to learn extensively and broadly on the production and marketing of horticultural crops. Yes.
That's nice.
So
So it was your mother who inspired you to go into farming.
exactly.
Yeah.
Not necessarily my mom, but when I grew up, I realized that was my stronghold. I was very good at vegetable production because it was I learned it from childhood. So going to the university, I thought why it was good for me to start at where I stopped at home. Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So your mother was doing it, you were looking in and around in an environment which was very rural, so the most of the population will be dealing with farming and some other local activities, and then you pursued your education into farming. So now, with all those years of experience, now you have gathered the soft skills and understanding, including the marketing of the whole farming sector. I want to ask you, why did you choose organic farming, and how is that linked to women's health issues?
Okay, thank you so much. Organic farming, I chose organic farming for the fact that we need to eat healthy food, especially in my part of the world. I come from the Upper East region of Ghana. And in the whole Ghana, the Upper East region is the larger producer of vegetables. And recently, the past 5 or so years, research indicates that the vegetable produced in the Upper East region are contaminated by heavy metals, which causes neurotoxins. So I decided that now that I have learned vegetable production from my childhood to the university, I need to leverage this knowledge to contribute more to the production of healthy and nutritious food, and at the same time, create employment through it. From the start, we saw the need for us to minimize the usage of synthetic fertilizers and agrochemicals. And in doing so, we have to employ organic farming methods and techniques, which include crop rotation, green manuring, the use of compost and farmyard manure, the use of biological means of pest control, among others. So it means that this is a business which is labor intensive.
Yeah.
Yes. So it means we need labor. And then the source of labor is the youth. And then women. Because during harvesting, we use women to harvest, to do the harvesting.
Yeah.
And we use the youth for land preparation, transplanting, weeding, the application of farm manure, and other things. We use the youth. So along the line, we realized that the youth that we engage in our farming are also into drugs. They take certain substances that will influence their performances on the field so that they can cover a reasonable mandate to get paid at the end of the day. So we realized that there is a link between our organic business and the use of drugs. And secondly, the women who does our harvesting always consume alcohol and other drugs to stimulate themselves, their bodies, to be able to cover large acreage of harvest. So along the line, most of them or some of them also got addicted to drugs, leading to mental retardations and things of that kind. So there is a clear link, and you realize that people who are suffering from mental illnesses, they need good nutrition. And when they get good nutrition, that will help boost their immune system. And then the drugs that they are taking, they can recover. And as it were, there is no good food or good nutrition other than organic farming. Because the food we buy at the markets are contaminated with this heavy agrochemicals. So our mission is to make sure that we contribute to the production of healthy and nutritious vegetables that are sold at reasonable prices for the average household to be able to purchase for consumption. So basically, that is the link that we have noticed. The youth in drugs also come to do the work on the field. And the women who does the harvesting also use drugs to influence their performances on the field. And then there is a need for us to produce quality and nutritious food to support humans and also to contribute in creating employment for these youth. So basically, this is the link that we have. Thank you.
So how long did it take for you to understand or to have this insight that everything is linked? You are trying to create a 360 approach where you are giving employment to young youths who are somewhere desperate that they don't have the job to earn money and have a good livelihood. At the same time, women are also facing the same similar issues. Apart from that, because of large number of contamination, people are consuming nutrition, but it is mostly that they are using chemicals into that. So I'm thinking that I'm eating a healthy food, but in reality I'm not. So how were you able to understand ki, oh, everything doesn't make any sense, I need to do something about it?
Thank you once again, Iga. Yes, as it were, when we started this business almost 2 or so years ago, it stems from the fact that research showed that the Upper East region, where I came from, the vegetable production hub for Ghana, when it came out with the research that the vegetables produced in this part of the country was contaminated, I saw the need to bring out an intervention. And that is why we roll out this organic farming business. So this intervention, we got to know it as a result of what we heard from the research report. And we told ourselves, what is the essence of campaigning for hands washing when the food we are eating already is contaminated? So there is a need for us to tackle the root cause. We need to get space at the local radio stations to speak to the masses, especially the leafy vegetables like cabbage,
Hmm.
carrot,
Hmm.
and salad.
Hmm.
Most of the farmers do not have technical know-how in the application of these agrochemicals.
Hmm. Hmm.
So you realize that this evening they have gone to the farm to spray chemicals.
Yeah.
That is pesticide on these crops.
Hmm.
And when you do that, the chemical or the chemical have a lapse period to work on the crop before it will be ready for consumption. But these local farmers at the countryside, due to let's say poor knowledge on the usage of these chemicals, will apply the chemical in the evening, and in the next morning, the crops are harvested to the market.
Oh, okay.
That is feeding the masses with poison.
Yeah.
So that was we said it was a good call for us to embark on this organic farming. And in that process, rope in the nuclear of vegetable producers so that we can be able to educate them, to let them know how to use these agrochemicals so that the damage on the population will be minimized. So that was what pushed us to this green entrepreneurship venture. Thank you.
So what are the current challenges are you facing? Because this is a very big issue. There is food in the market which is heavily poisoned. Then there is youth problems, employment issues, women's health issues. So what, and this venture of yours is rooted in helping humanity with your intervention and nutrition altogether. I want to know what are the current challenges are you facing?
Yes, the current challenge we are facing is the fact that the youth that are helping us are deviating into other forms. They are going into drugs to influence themselves to do work for more productivity. And the intention of our business is to produce healthy and nutritious food. Now it is a fact that as a result of producing healthy and nutritious food, the youth are getting damaged by drugs as a result of taking these drugs to influence their performances on the field. And that is a challenge. Another challenge too is the fact that our business is a green entrepreneurship that is protecting the environment. It is not easy. When you demonstrate on a farm a control crop, that is vegetables that are grown without the use of these chemicals and synthetic fertilizers. And on the other hand, those that are grown with synthetic fertilizers and agrochemicals. You realize that those grown with these chemicals outrun their counterparts. And that is, you will go to the market and see nice vegetables, but they are contaminated. And on the other hand, we see vegetables that are grown normally, but they are rather a good one. So it is a challenge. It is a challenge of differentiation. A challenge of differentiation, because when you get into the market, you cannot look through the eye and determine the crops that are produced without the use of chemicals. So that is a challenge. And in addressing those challenges, we are embarking on educating the people through the local radio stations at the community. We have a program that we have designed, Eat Good Food. Every Saturdays, we visit the radio stations to educate these farmers on how to use organic means of production. And you know what? Using organic means of production is sustainable.
It is.
Now, it's sustainable. You need to gather decomposable material into a pit, and over time, it is decomposed and used as compost. Now, you realize that we in West Africa, the Russian and Ukraine war had an untold effect on agriculture.
Yeah.
Because most African countries in West Africa get the ingredient for fertilizer production from Russia.
Oh.
Now, yes. Now there is war in Russia. There are international sanctions on Russia. We cannot go there. So it is contributing in reducing food production.
Yeah.
And that means that eventually there will be hunger.
Yeah.
So basically, those are the challenges we have. And as a rural enterprise, we lack certain appreciation from the people.
Yeah.
Because people do not understand why you will need to use compost, you will need to use biological, like in our case, we use guinea pigs and ducks to control pests on the crops.
Yeah.
They see that to be foreign, and people doesn't try to imitate.
Yeah.
You know, the local people at the rural area, they are always glued to what they know.
Yeah.
They don't want to let go of their primitive way of agriculture. So that is also a challenge. So we have a lot at our hand to do as far as this enterprise is concerned. And we are not relenting. Our first year of establishment, our harvest was nothing to write home about. And I was thinking of pitching. But I know in theory what that means. When you start a project of that kind, it has to take time before you can reap the dividend. Last December, we were recognized by the District Agricultural Department and we were given an award as the most environmentally friendly agriculture practice. And that in the way has motivated other farmers, and they are coming to us to ask questions to see how they can go about it.
So you are not just tackling one issue, you are tackling multiple issues. You are creating awareness Saturday programs, have good nutrition, you are taking care of the youth employment, you are taking care of women's employment, you are taking care of the nutrition, as well as you are educating the farmers also.
Yes.
So that's something interesting.
Exactly. That is why we mean by it is a multifaceted business.
Yeah.
And it is paying off. People in the cities who understand the value of organic crops do send this request for supplies. And it is picking up. It's like our sales now is moving from the rural area to the urban area. Meanwhile, our target is the rural people.
Yeah.
So we are good to go.
Wow. Congratulations. Yeah, definitely. I see that there are a lot of challenges when it comes to the humanity part of it. But at the same time, you're growing and you are scaling. That's marvelous. That's marvelous. And thank you so much for using your knowledge to solve hunger crisis. I was not aware of it, that as a Ghana as a country was dependent on Russia for this chemicals, which was basically directly poisoning the Ghana people, the population. It's a good thing as well as the bad thing, because the export has been stopped. So now it becomes like you are responsible for your own goods. So you have to find alternatives for that.
Exactly. Now we are trying to see what we can do with our own local resources.
Yeah.
Because that is even more sustainable. With this organic farming, you don't need pesticides. You only need organic pesticides. You don't need synthetic fertilizers. You don't need to bring other chemicals that will require you controlling pests. No, we does that by using biological means.
Yeah.
Use fowls and then guinea pigs to pick up caterpillars and piercing and sucking insects on these crops. So how do I put it? It's a good situation for us.
Yeah.
You know, even though most of us and most of the farmers and then the input dealers, they are rather at a loss because those who use import fertilizers are not getting that same quantity that they used to get.
Yeah, yeah.
And the farmers who used to, they have to gather resources to be able to get these chemicals, are beginning to use less cost-effective means of production.
Yeah.
And that will help them in the long run than the conventional agriculture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's commendable. I have nothing else to say. It's just commendable that yes, right now it sounds like crisis, but at the same time, because you have started this long back, it has been 2 years into running your business. So you are equipped with what you need to do so that it is sustainable from your end. And the greeny leafy vegetables are available to all, which has the proper nutrition which is supposed to have, not the chemicals.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There is one challenge I deliberately didn't want to mention it.
Yeah. What was that?
But I will, for the opportunity given to us by PS.BeBoldAndFierce, I have to bring it out because this is an opportunity to sell our voice to the international communities and partners.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that people who are in support of green entrepreneurship can hear our call and cry.
Yeah.
And that is funding.
Yes.
That is funding.
Yes. Yes.
With funding, we can employ more people.
Yeah.
With funding, we can get more watering equipment for dry season production. With funding, we can embark on this, our education of sensitizing rural farmers to embark on green agriculture.
Definitely.
So, yes, that is the phase we are working on now. Thank you.
No, I agree, because we need to create more and more awareness when it comes to sustainability, when it comes to green farming, green and enterprises, everything to do with that. We can't just be looking into the profits of our own and our own benefits. We need to see people, planet, and then the profit. So yes, and that's my humble request to all of you who are interested in this particular topic, and we are raising our voices to the international community, saying hello, we exist and we are trying to bring that change. But at the same time, we also need that support from all the spectrum, not just the funding. There are multiple things also, but yes, when we are new into this, the funding is a very very big issue for us, because we need to grow and expand, and the monetarily support is the bare minimum that anybody can provide. So I totally agree, we need to raise our voices and keep our needs on the table, so that people who understand the importance of this can come together and share their vision and support us. So I definitely have my go-to in this.
Thank you so much, Lydia.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
we appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes. So my next question to you is, what is it that one point that you would like the world to know about you or the venture that you are running? What is the one piece of advice that you would like everybody to listen and make a note of it?
Okay, thank you for that opportunity again. What I will like the world to know is the fact that we should all reason going green. We should, every nation, make it a priority and in addressing the green entrepreneurship or ecosystem business. Why am I saying this? You realize that one of the commonest crises we have now at the world is the climate change crisis. We are aware of what happened at Pakistan. Yes, those are, and then the wildfires in Europe.
Yeah.
These are all factors of climate change.
Yeah.
So, for the world to have a good future, all nations and countries have to make it a deliberate effort to addressing the green economy. Because one, in addressing the green economy, you make sense to people, you make sense to the environment, and you make sense to the planet.
Yeah.
So that is what I would like the world to tell, to share my voice out. We need to go green.
Yeah.
And in going green,
Yeah.
in growing green, we will stop these wildfires. In growing green, we will stop this pollution.
Yeah.
Growing green, we will have a clean and clear air in the atmosphere to breathe.
Yeah.
And in growing green, the world economy is on a path to sustainability.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we are driving towards a crash.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, and I would like to add on that note that yes, we need to go green. There is no other option. We can definitely make profit and it is sustainable at the same time. But yes, for that, we need to think in that tangent. We can't be always corrupt into the ideology of only me gaining the profits and money. That's it, which is not right. So yes, all the world leaders and all the people who are humanitarian, social activists coming together, and this is our way of coming together as a social entrepreneur also, so that we can join the global community and create that change and awareness which is required. So thank you for joining us in that podcast, and I loved having talked to you. This was amazing. There are a lot of things which I was not aware of. So thank you for making me aware of those issues. And is there anything that you want to share?
Yeah, I want to share of the issue of this mental illness. One of my employee youth went to school, and because he started on the farm developing how to use drugs, when he got to school, he joined a group.
In school?
And finally, in school.
Okay.
And they were smoking cannabis and those related drugs. Senior high school. So at the end of the day, it was detected that he suffered from mental derangement.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he was brought home, and the psychiatric doctor was sent to look at him. So one day, I was in my house early in the morning. He came to me and told me that yesterday night he had a dream, and then football cattle were playing football, and I said, "Oh, it means that." And he said most of the time when he had bad dreams, when he used a pillow in sleeping. So I tapped him at the back and I said, "Oh, that is bad. So it means that when you are going to sleep tonight, you have to use a pillow, so that you have to you don't have to use the pillow, so that you will not have bad dreams again." He said no. He said no. That the cattle football match, the final is tonight, so he has to watch it. So I realized that it was a big problem.
Yeah.
So my advice or my word out is that you can work out in every job that we are doing. We have to always look for a cure for the oversight. We have to always look for a cure for the oversight, because people will eat certain food, take certain drugs, basically to come and do a lot of jobs. And if you are not in the know before you realize, you have caused damage to society. So that is what I want to say. In every aspect of our endeavor, we should watch out for the oversight. Thank you.
Thank you so much for raising up your voice and sharing it with the rest of the world, and giving me the opportunity to make it possible with you today. So thank you so much for coming. And on that note, we'll take a goodbye note. And I would like to say thank you to you, and we'll talk to you later.
Thank you, Pooja. Thank you. Yeah, grateful to PS, Be Bold and Fierce. We have to be
much.
Together we build the human race. Thank you.
Thank you.